Yeah, hello and welcome to another update on Bitcoin. Bitcoin continues to consolidate just below the 88.7 retracement there. That's the 88.7 Fibonacci retracement level of the last decline, which ended in April. And it clearly is an important level. I mean, it clearly is a level that the market is respecting. It clearly is a level that acts as resistance, and it also it's not a structural resistance. I mean, it is Fibonacci resistance, and the 88.7 Fib level is usually the last Fibonacci level before a high is broken. So if the bulls cannot, or let's say if the bears cannot turn the ship around here and start the pullback, I mean, the next one is 109K, and that is the January high. So I'm just saying, we're consolidating below an important level without clear evidence that a top has formed. And we all know that in crypto, sometimes these rallies, they can be a little bit more aggressive than people think. You get often weeks of sideways consolidation and then suddenly an aggressive move. Yeah, we had quite a bit of an aggressive move, but now the market has just formed that 5-wave move we wanted to see. And it's gone, yeah, it's not even very much overstretched. I mean, it's just kind of a normal 5-wave move up. It's just that we don't have at this point any confirmed top in place. Now, I personally would prefer a corrective pullback in wave B from here. Okay, so something that after a 5-wave move up, we normally would expect this move to be corrected. Okay, so it's always a process of breathing in, breathing out. Also, the market needs to breathe, and it does that by moving up and down. So a 5-wave move, as we've seen it from the April low to the May high so far, that was a breathing in exercise. Now the market needs to breathe out at some point, and that's just to gather energy for the next push to the upside. I mean, it could technically, of course, extend higher very directly. That would be possible if we had a lot of euphoria in the market. Can't really sense that at this point, but as I said, structure and price is king, and therefore we pay attention to key support levels, structural support levels, but also the structure on the smallest time frame to give us an understanding of when a pullback has started. Because I'm not the person that confirms price tops are in place until I get some evidence. Because I've learned over the years that while I can say that the risk is high right now, which it is, because we're far away from support and the wave count is technically full, we always get extensions. Okay, not always, but especially in crypto likes to develop extensions. So for example, if this is seen as a 5-wave move up, I mean, nothing stopping the internal 5th wave to extend a little more. Okay, so there are some levels I'm watching that, if broken to the downside, would start to suggest a pullback has started. And one of these levels is the swing low that formed on Monday. We will take a look at that on the smaller time frame. And then a more substantial top signal would be a break below $93,467. That level isn't broken yet. And if we break below that level, then the B-wave pullback here could take us into the region between 80,200 to 92,000. And yeah, ideally the pullback is corrective. I think we can expect it to be a corrective pullback, which means we can expect a higher low forms because we have a 5-wave move up. At least it looks like a 5-wave move at the moment. It is a 5-wave move until it isn't, because if it continues to grind higher, it might morph back into a 3-wave move or something like that. But for now, I mean, price action is productive. The market has done exactly what we wanted it to do. And if you watched the videos back in March, February, then you know that we were watching for a low. The message since then has changed. The message has changed towards a top isn't in yet, or at least I cannot confirm it, but the risk is high. Down here, the risk was low. Why was the risk low? Even though it didn't feel like it, right? When the market is in a correction, everybody was bored. Okay, so I understand that. Appreciate everybody who was still watching the videos back then, but obviously this is not the time people normally want to buy. It's boring. Now everybody's watching, but the risk is now high because we're far away from support. So we can maintain a bullish structure here and bullish perspective as long as the market holds above 80,200. So that is key support, the 78.6 retracement there. But that also means the price can drop that much. It can do that, yeah, without breaking support, without breaking structure. So that means the risk is high. Now, that's the daily chart. I also invite you to check out my latest video on the MCO Global channel. That channel is linked in the description. It talks about all of that a little bit more detailed, also the long-term charts and indicators and much more. Looking at the short-term chart. But before we take a look at the short-term chart, I wanted to show you also Bitcoin dominance. Thanks so much for watching the videos on this YouTube channel. If you've been thinking about joining MCO as a member, now might be a great time. You can use the link in the video description and apply the discount code right below it. You will get 50% off your first month of our Gold membership, and you can explore everything we offer. It's the easiest way to test the membership, see if it's a good fit for you, and get a feel for the community, join the conversation, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in our member area. Bitcoin dominance, because this does look like it's moving down here in kind of 5 waves. I mean, maybe it gets another low. Then we have actually a nice 5-wave move even in the 5th wave. We'll see. We'll see. Any break above the 63.15% level would be an early indication of a low. Now, please note that doing an Elliott Wave count here isn't really valid, right? But I still use it to identify some tendencies, and clearly the trend has started to change, at least in the short term, but this is the initial move. This is the initial move. So it takes now basically a corrective rally to prove that. We want that in the next rally, which could be a wave 2, the Bitcoin dominance value stays below the Wednesday, the 7th of May high. So what we can do as well, we can add some Fibonacci resistance. Now, please note, this is really only on the smallest time frame, and it is also not technically valid because Bitcoin dominance isn't really a tradable asset. So I would say, due to what we've seen here and the potential 5-wave decline, and also what some altcoins are showing, I think it's reasonable to assume that we kind of are close to the low on wave 1. Maybe it's bottomed already. And if wave 2 starts from here, then resistance is between 63.74% and 65.1%. So getting into this region, maybe now or after one more low, getting rejected there and breaking below that low, well, that would be further confirmation that maybe even as an altcoin season or mini altcoin season is unfolding. Now, please note, I really only use the Elliott waves here, and this is just still so high, and the decline isn't really too meaningful yet. It's even smaller than what we've seen here between November 24 and December 24. But still, it's a start. Okay, it's the most significant decline, I would say, that we've seen since, since maybe February. Okay, but that maybe rather here the November to December decline. So just watching if any corrective rally would confirm the idea that we have topped there. It's certainly due. I mean, if you watched previous updates, been highlighting that we are in an important resistance area right here between 64.4% and 68.5%. Now let's also take a look at the shorter time frame for Bitcoin. If you watched the previous video today, then you will notice not too much changed, which is why I spent some time on the daily chart and Bitcoin dominance chart. It could still, I mean, as you can clearly see, the wave count still allows for one more upside extension. The micro support area hasn't changed. It's between 101,638 and 103,348. This is support, not high confidence, but if the bulls want to drive it higher for one more upside extension towards 109K, this is the area where they should turn up. Wave 1, wave 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is what I'm tracking. Potential 5-wave move up. But again, due to the rally from the Monday low, which was a 3-wave move, I cannot clearly favor that. It's not that I'm telling you we should hold support. We could, and the levels are clearly defined. But with only a 3-wave move up, I can't tell you it should. Had this been a 5-wave move up, I could tell you it should. It's not. So we have to keep in mind that a larger correction might have started, but then it's not very evident yet. If we see further downside from here and the white count is correct, which could drive the price lower in white wave A, then we should really see rapid downside momentum kick in. So if we see today, tomorrow, or so really rapid downside momentum, it's likely the white count, because the next would be a third wave decline. So in the white count, we've topped already in this A wave I showed you in the beginning, and we're working on that B wave pullback already, but it's too early to confirm that. Yeah, we haven't even broken upper micro support. So the first step to confirming the white count would be a break below 101,638, followed by a break below the red line at 100,750. That's the update on Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.